Would you rather use toenails as ice cream sprinkles or dandruff to season your fries? Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. I am really excited about today's video because I've never done anything like this before. It's a new topic for me and I thought it was a really fun one. So I'm excited to be sharing with you guys some fun family night activities. I think it's important to have a family night as often as possible. It's not easy to do because we're all so busy and with school and work and schedules and different things like that. It really makes it hard to find family time, but I think it's really important and it's something I'm definitely trying really hard to make sure that we do more of. And so I have some ideas for you guys of some fun family night activities, but a lot of these are kind of unique and some of them don't cost any money at all. So I think that's a really great thing whenever you can save some money. So the first few things I have to share with you guys are actually books. I love books. I talked about this before. And I think it's really fun when you have books that give you ideas of what to do with your family. I think it's always a great thing. So the first thing is this book, actually two books that are very similar. This one is from Scholastic and it's called Which is Worse? And another really similar one is You've Got to Be Kidding Me, the crazy book of Would You Rather questions. All these funny, gross, weird questions that you can play with your family or you can play it with your friends, just asking each other, which one is would you rather do? Would you rather have a mouse run up your pant leg or have mosquitoes caught inside your shirt? This one's actually neat too, this book, because it tells little facts or jokes about whatever it asks you. So for that one it said, mice have sharp teeth and are very good climbers, and most mosquitoes have 47 teeth. I didn't know that, that's weird. Would you rather eat 1 can of soft dog food or 5 cups of dry dog food? I mean, it's just funny little questions that really get you thinking. There are a lot of times that make you laugh. So I think it's great for friends. I think it's great for families to do. And this one's the same kind of concept. This one's actually new. Which is worse, getting woken up by an air horn in your ear or a bucket of ice water dumped on your head? Which is worse, running out of oxygen underwater or in outer space? So just things that get you thinking. There's a lot of really gross ones too. Now this one's disgusting. Would you rather use toenails as ice cream sprinkles or dandruff to season your fries? That is gross. But kids love stuff like that. It's really gross. It makes us laugh, and we have really enjoyed having these books just to play together in the car or wherever you need some little family time and a good laugh. These are great books for that. So I'll link them down below. The third book that I have, and I got this a couple years ago on Amazon, is called Faith-Filled Moments. And it is a book that gives you activities you can do as a family, but they're all centered around a Bible verse or a virtue. Like this one. You use a glow-in-the-dark toy to help your child understand what it means to abide in Christ and be close to Him. It tells you what you need. So you need 1 glow-in-the-dark toy and a lamp. So it walks you through the activity and then explains the Bible reference. And it has questions. So like, when was the time that you felt really close to God? What are some things you like to do to be close to God? And how do you think God wants you to glow in this world? And so it's all related back to Bible verses and different virtues and facts about the Bible that you would want your child to learn. So it's a great thing to do together, and I think it's just a great book to have in your collection. I think it's a great gift to give to somebody else that has children and maybe would like this for their family time. So I love this book. Another one that I have found that's a great one for families, and it's actually free, and I've got the link for it down below, but it is the Focus on the Family free 52-week family devotional. That's a mouthful. But I've got the link for it down below. So basically, it sometimes has an activity along with it, but it gives you like some questions and some things you would ask, as a family, you talk about together, and some questions that you would ask. And then usually there's like an activity or a craft or a drawing or something that you do that's related to whatever that week's devotion was about. So for free, I think it's really great. They're really short, so it doesn't have to take a long time. And it's something great for families to do. And if you can't do it on Sunday, any day of the week that you can do it, for a whole year, I think it's a great way to start, especially if you've never done any type of family devotional together. I think it's a really great way to feel it out, get your feet wet, and see how your family reacts to the crafts and activities, and it's a really great place to start. So I will link that down below. The next fun and unique family activity I have is any kind of food challenge. If you have been watching any YouTube videos for any length of time, you have probably seen some type of food challenge video on there. There's like the Oreo taste test. They have the baby food test where like you get all the different kinds of baby food and you take the labels off and you take turns like testing them and finding out what you think the ingredients are, and it's just really gross and funny. But the one that we're actually going to do is the Bean Boozled challenge. If you don't know, it is a jelly bean challenge. And so this Bean Boozled type of jelly bean, you get you get 2 of each color jelly bean, and one jelly bean is normal and tastes like a normal jelly bean, and the other jelly bean is something gross. And so you don't know by looking at them which one is the gross one, so you just have to like partner up with somebody and challenge and see who gets the gross one. So for the bag that we picked up, the gross options are spoiled milk, dead fish, booger, barf, stinky socks, rotten egg, canned dog food, toothpaste, moldy cheese, and lawn clippings. I actually wouldn't mind the toothpaste one, but that's what they're considering a gross flavor. I think these are really fun. They're really inexpensive. You can get small bags like this. You can get a bigger, bigger sets and boxes and play with more people. That size bag I think is good for our family. We're gonna pair off in 2s and take turns like seeing who got the gross one and who got the good one. I just think it's a fun thing to do together, and it's definitely unique, something that maybe not a traditional family night activity would be, but I think kids would really like it, and my kids are definitely looking forward to doing that. Another really fun thing to do as a family, and we do this so often, is to watch old home movies. Whether you have them on VHS tape or you do have them on DVD or however you have your home videos, I think it's really fun to watch them. I'm a nerd, so all of mine are burned onto discs and labeled by date and activity. So, if we decide we want to watch a Disney home movie, we go back and pick out like Disney 2013 and watch that one. Or if we want to watch Christmas 2012, they're all labeled in chronological order. But it's really fun to look back and watch those home movies. I actually, as my mom's Mother's Day gift last year, the gift we gave her was that I was going to convert all of the VHS tapes of my brother and me growing up into DVDs for her. That was what I gave her for Mother's Day last year. So it took me probably a good 6 months to finish it, but I did finish it, and I made a copy of all those for me as well. So maybe I will insert some footage of my home videos growing up when I was a kid. And I warn you, if you think I'm dorky and geeky now, you should have seen me back then, because you're gonna see it. Are you ready? Here it comes. 3, 2, 1, go geek. I was a very uncoordinated, frizzy-headed, gawky child, but I love looking back at those home videos. I crack up so much at myself because I was so stupid and the things I said were so dumb and I was so annoying. And my kids, they think it's funny to watch, but I really like looking back and watching those. And in the family, it's really fun, I think, to watch. Like if you have maybe your husband's videos growing up, or you growing up, or the kids like to go back and watch themselves as babies. I think it's really fun and something to do together. And also along those same lines, we like to go back and look at old photo albums together. Whether it's, their parents growing up or the kids growing up, I think it's really fun to look back at those pictures and see, what everybody looked like back then, or what dad looked like when he was 12, or what mom looked like when she was 14, or what did I look like when I was a baby. All those things that you like to look back on that you sometimes forget about. I think those are really fun and enjoyable to do. So we like to look back at old home movies and old pictures. The last 2 ideas I have for you guys are games. Now, I mentioned before that I hate board games. I like to try to find games that we can play as a family that don't make me want to poke my eyeballs out while we're playing them. So some of the games that I've found and I'm really excited to find. One of them is from Mindware. It's called Memory Mix-Up. And it's fun because I like memory games. I like testing my memory. And so that's what you do with this game. So basically you load these little paddles with these little tokens that have pictures on them. And you look at what's on your paddle, and then you flip it over to the back so that you can't see what's on your token, and you remove one token from your paddle through like this little exit door. Then you flip the shaker back over, and you have to figure out what's missing. So the first player to collect 5 tokens wins the game. So it's a really great game for kids to really test their memory, to help them to pay attention and notice detail, but I think it's just a really fun game in general for families to play. The next one, and I love word searches, maybe that's where my youngest daughter gets her love of those like hidden picture books, because she loves those things. This is a word search, but it's a board game word search. And so basically, you race your opponents by finding the hidden words first. If you find a word, you call out word search and place your markers on top of the word you found. Be careful, other players may cross over your word or remove your markers. The person with the most markers at the end of the game wins. So you can see there's like different colors. So it's basically a word search in game form. So I am super excited to have this one in our collection. I think it's going to be a really fun one for our family. And again, it's secretly educational and good for your brain, so I'm excited to add that to our Family Night Fun collection. So those are my suggestions for some fun and unique family night activities. Family time is so important, and it's harder and harder to fit it into our schedules these days. And so I think it's important to find the time when you can. And whether it's something like actually playing a game or watching a home video or these books, which are great because you can do them in the car, you have to make sure that you can find those moments as often as possible to be with your family and really strengthen that bond, because it is so important. Let me know in the comments below what you would recommend for some good family time activities. I hope you all found these helpful. I'll have everything linked in the description box below that I mentioned in this video. Make sure you give it a thumbs up if you liked it, and don't forget to subscribe if you're not already, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.